Here we're gonna look at, this is part one of preparing for live convention after, COVID. So here's the focus on this particular video is on planning, keeping track of everything. As an indie, you're responsible for developing, marketing, managing the business, press contacts, all of these. So, one of the things I am now putting into place, instead of drudging around a huge planner, yeah, what I'm doing is using good old Google Drive. Okay. So, my first one is Play NYC. And you make your different directories. One of the things, press, the mistakes that we tend to make is not contacting the press before the convention and try to make those contacts. Okay? I've made this mistakes countless of times. And then there are times where I did make the contact and that was a good thing. So, you you keep all your press contact information in here. This is I'm just setting this up so there isn't much of anything here. Maybe in the future I'll show a snapshot of before after, because after the convention there's a whole slew of things that you will need to do, including contacting people, I don't know, and recording all your receipts. Okay, so first off, I do have one for contacts and one for press. So, in all honesty, let's leave it that way. Okay, now I'm going to make one for convention information. Okay. Alright, so in here, highly suggested is put all the information, contracts, everything, just so you're going to be away from home, and if you need something, the floor map, where you're supposed to be. I know these are things you could bug people about the day of, but having that, having maps, I know we have Google Maps and everything, but I like to save a copy just in case you have cell issues or whatever. It's always good to have a backup. So when I travel with a clipboard with information, because you never know, okay? You never know what the heck's gonna happen. And you may need that physical map, to show you where you need to get to. Okay, so all your convention information. Now, in here, you need your list, okay? I have multiple projects going on at the same time, and I'll end up with a couple of these. So instead of having all these physical clipboards, I'm doing this, but at the same time, some of the material, some of it is going to be printed, because you never know. Dead phone, whatever, cell service. Okay, I've actually been driving home in the middle of the night from a convention and did not have cell service it for a little bit, so I couldn't figure out where I was supposed to be going. But yeah, having a physical map is a big deal. So here are some of the things. This is understand that this isn't the real list that I have, okay? This is only a partial. So the first one, if you're going to get t-shirts made, um, one of our suppliers takes 21 or more days. Now the convention is in a week. It's alternatives. So some of these things you need to do ahead of time, but I'm working on a week ahead of the convention because, what the heck. So this I need to do this morning. I already got cards. You know, if you need to update your business cards, that's something that you should do. One of the things we're doing is a banner focused on the game that we're presenting, and that FedEx store I can get done, I think, in a couple of days. I need to make a call on that one. Yeah, I need to call on that one. Alright. Lodging. Figure out where your venue is, and if, for us, this is New York City, and the cost of lodging, and parking for my SUV is creeping over $1,000, and that's a big no-no. As an indie, we're trying to make money, and the trick is to keep as much of that money as you made, as opposed to just kind of take, you get nothing left. So, one of the things that, well, a couple of things. So we find a place not too far away, but close enough that we can take Ubers in and out from the convention, and we have free parking, so my SUV could be parked freely, and where we're gonna stay has a lot of room, because when we're done with the convention, we need a full kitchen and room, because room service or takeout is not our way. If that's what you love to do, great, but the cost is ridiculous. So one of the things that I tend to do is I need to do a grocery run for the trip. Okay, so I need to do a grocery run for the trip, and for this one it's a 2-day convention, and we're gonna drive down the day before, wake up, get to the convention looking like, we were made for this, as opposed to driving all night to get there the day of the convention. I've done that. And then the day after, the last day, instead of driving back 10 hours, we're gonna stay and then drive back the next day. So you need to figure out what you're gonna need for food or whatever for those, in our case, 4 days. And we pack up a big cooler as if we're going on a camping trip. And it's a Homewood Suites, I believe. We tend to go to them a lot because there's 1 and 2 bedroom suites where huge comfortable beds, free breakfast, free parking. So lodging is important. Now, if you're flying to the venue, to the event, getting a hotel that's significantly close to the event is important, and you don't have to worry about parking. It's just, somewhere close, walking distance, or Uber, you know. So that's that. Let's see. I can't think of anything else at this point, but I do have a few lists. and that's just a starter. I will do more of these. This is part one of preparing for a first convention after COVID. So, one of the things that we will have procedures that we'll need to follow for the convention, and that's something else, getting the supplies for COVID compliance. Okay. One of the things so far, just off the top of my head, is that making sure that the team is vaccinated, and that we've done. Um, our One of our younger members cannot be vaccinated, so make the she can't make the convention to play NYC this year. Um, there's that about it, but the requirements for her would have been a little too much. Having to have her tested and wear masks, gloves, and things. I think that would, seeing her beautiful face is important, and having her be comfortable and safe. So she won't be making the convention. Anyhow, so COVID compliance procedure, we need to, let's see. So that's it for part one. I will add more as 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 the days go along, and I'll make more videos showing how we prepare. This is the business side of running an indie studio, and part of running an indie studio is having a sleeping cat in the background. So I got that covered. Anyways, and piles of books and things everywhere. Anyways, thanks for watching, and come back, follow for more, okay? For me, it's useful to know how to prepare for these things. So I hope this helps. All right? Thanks.